Hi, I'm Alan Pease. Chances are you're working from home. Well, no, you're not working from home. You've got to change how you perceive this. You're working remotely. That's a different thing from working from home. You see, when you're working from home, you've probably got your pajamas on. You're probably stuffing things into your mouth, which means that your brain doesn't really know whether you're working or not. So to work remotely, you've got to do several things. First, dress as though you're at work. If your kids are homeschooled, dress them as though they're at school. That way they know that they're doing their homework at a certain time when they start, when they finish. Otherwise they'll think it's a weekend and they want to get onto their remote videos, their remote friends and start talking on their iPhones. So the first thing is you're working remotely. Now, because you're not working at home and you're working remotely, you have a remote office, you've got to pay attention to what's behind you. Now, you can't have a picture of your mother-in-law there. You can't have a picture of a big fish you might have caught once upon a time. And most people don't pay attention to what's behind them. So if you're doing a Skype type call or a Skype video or a Zoom or something of this nature, which now are becoming the big thing, look behind you to see what's behind you before you press the go button and talk with the person. Now, speak clearly, enunciate your words clearly, speak up, and wait a few seconds before the video starts. Now, most people will press 3, 2, 1, go, and they start speaking immediately. Just leave 2 or 3 seconds so you don't clip off the start of the word. And when the person sees you at the other end, they have a few seconds to get used to the fact that you're in this environment that they can see. Now, be upfront about any distractions you might have. If you're likely to have kids running past or dogs barking, you might want to tell them at the start, in case you hear a dog barking, it's my dog outside. Someone's stealing my food. Maybe one of the kids might want to bang and come in. Now, if one of the kids bangs on the door and wants to come in, it's like when you're dancing beautifully. If you stumble, you make it a part of the dance. Make it a part of the presentation. Make it humorous. Don't be embarrassed by it or embarrass the child or embarrass whoever it was that accidentally walked in on you. One of the things that most people do when they're doing a Zoom type call, kind of like what I'm doing now, is normally you've got the person on the big screen that you're talking with, and you've got a little box which is you. Now pick up that little box which is you and move it and put it below, just below the camera at eye level. Because what a lot of people will do, they'll keep looking down at themselves. And it's important to see yourself to make sure that you're in the middle of the frame, that you haven't actually moved out of the frame. So you need to know positionally wise where you are. And so that way you appear to be looking directly at the person you're talking with, but you can also be assured as you go that you're in the right part of the frame altogether. Now, use gestures such as smiling with your teeth visible, and we've talked about this several times. People see your teeth, they feel relaxed, they feel comforted, you look more credible, more believable, they're more likely to cooperate. And eyebrow flash regularly. Eyebrow flash is where you raise your eyebrows like that. Monkeys and chimps do it too, and it's a sign that tells the other person, tells their limbic brain, their ancient brain, I recognise that you were there. It makes people feel good, makes them feel relaxed. So that's what you do as you go with this background behind you that's just right. And when we do this, you're no longer working from home, you're working remotely.